Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. Wow, we are coming to a close of 2020. So listen, check out my New Year's countdown on my blog. They've got a lot of fun things in there. Plus, I'm going to be doing a 21 card tarot reading for the new year upcoming and what we see. Ooh, it's going to be great. It is prediction. I am doing that. Yep, I always say I'm not going to, but I am. Okay. We are going to be using 6 cards. We're going to go back to 6 cards. And I'm going to be using the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. They're actually going to have a fantastic rebrand this year, so stay tuned for this coming close to the summertime. Woo, they're so pretty. Anyway, so we're going to do 6 cards. Take a look. We have Rose Quartz for card number 1. We have Selenite for card number 2, Chrysocolla for 3, Pyrite for 4, Aqua Aura for 5, and Quartz for 6. Pick a number between 1 and 6, and that's going to be your special focus, even though I'm going to be telling the story, the energy report for the week ahead. Let's get going. Okay. So we have the Bone Collector as our first card. If you've chosen card number 1, this is going to be important. And I'm going to actually read this card because I think it's phenomenal to tell us what the whole focus of this week needs to be, because it's the anchor card. So let me look up Bone Collector. I'm going to read it. So when the Bone Collector appears, she is asking you to look closely at your circumstances to see if you're fully present, or if you're reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, it's as if something essential is stolen from us. We adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that then sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. Basically, that's about a trigger. What we know about ourselves then becomes influenced by a perception of limitation, right? A perception of limitation. Very important for us to think about this week. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable or expect to be criticized. That's not what you may feel this week, but this is the past. No matter what your question, the Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities and potential. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding, and is here for you as you reclaim it now. Like maybe you lost your courage, maybe you lost your ability to say no, maybe you lost faith, maybe any of those things you might have lost. This card this week says you will reclaim it this week. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more coherent about your choices and your actions, etc. Okay, you have everything you believe you lack. And the Bone Collector is now your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. We think that, we define ourselves by our outer conditions. If this is like that, then I must be like this. And so what this is reminding us, and what I talk about a lot, is that that has to come from the inside. Therefore, if you start to feel that limitlessness within you, you're going to start to recognize that there are opportunities in front of you that you can't see yet, or you haven't been able to, that will pop up for you when you need it. So it really is this sense of continuing our inside work. Now, let's take a look at card number 2. So card number 2, I'm supposed to flip it this way, is Wide Open. So I love these 2 cards together. So if you're busting out of your limitations or your perceived limitations, well, then you're wide open. These 2 cards are perfect together for this week. So the energy for the week is this. We take a look at ourselves. We go, wait a second, why do I think I'm limited here? I'm going to open up, and wide open really means that there are infinite amount of potentials and possibilities in front of you now, and all of them offer you something special to move you beyond what you were and what was happening into something new and more profound and more meaningful for you. Okay, this is really good. Now let's see what else. Okay, Follow the Leader is a card that I love to get when I have to ask myself, what am I making my higher power? Okay, so sometimes you can make the news your higher power. You might make money your higher power. You might make a person your higher power. But this is saying the leader you must be following now is your higher power, not anything that you're placing in front of it. So take a look and see, what are you most focused on right now? Because that's kind of what's leading you. And if it's not your higher power and the faith that is in action, so faith without action doesn't mean anything. It's just a concept. So can you act as if, which is what this card says, that you are wide open, that you trust and 1000% have faith that your higher self, your higher purpose, that which means something to you, that comes through you, this connection to divine source is available to you. It doesn't matter your circumstances. You can access this. You can access it now. And then that becomes what leads you forward. Now let's see where it leads us all. So this is really good advice for all of us. Home. It leads us home. I love this. Okay. So you start with knowing that, whatever was stolen from you and your wounding of the past, you're reclaiming it now, makes that you're wide open. You're moving beyond your perceived limitations. You're recognizing that faith must be the leader that you follow forward and trusting that good, orderly direction. If you don't believe in the word God, you can use that. Whatever you want to put, spirit, God, goddess, source, divine intelligence, whatever you want to call that, right? Then it leads us home. And so what does home mean? Well, the phone is ringing. That's really cool that the phone rang just as I was talking about our spiritual home. So when we find ourselves at home, when we're in our hearts and we recognize that we are here with others, part of this extraordinary collective unity in diversity, the idea that we are so many and different ones, and we're here together serving a higher purpose. If we can find a way to align ourselves, and we're at home in our compassion, home in our hearts, we don't have room for anger or resentments or for unless somebody's done something directly to you, then you have to work that out. But this is really more speaking energetically, that we're being invited into asking ourselves, what does home feel like for us? And what do we do, think about, move towards in order for that to feel good? It's about feeling good. Now let's see what happens. Oh, Golden Palace. I love this. Okay, so most of you know I'm pretty vocal about how I teach abundance and prosperity, etc. And I think that it needs a redesign, because I believe that prosperity has to come from compassion, and that compassionate prosperity means that we really put our focus on our contribution. Therefore, it's never measured by stuff we accumulate. It's more in how do we contribute to the well-being of all. And I find that when we come from that, we feel really good, because we're then in alignment with our hearts, with our higher power. We're wide open to new possibilities. We're not stuck in limitations, etc. So if we could see the Golden Palace card moving from being at home, trusting, and then contributing, that alone is amazing. And then whatever is meant to come to you in terms of material things, that's a whole other conversation. But I really feel that we've missed this part. And so much of when we talk about law of attraction, law of magnetism and frequency, and, basically how we manifest reality, I believe that our prosperity must be coupled with compassion. Now, that's just me. You can have a different idea about this, but that's what the cards are saying too. And let's say where we land on commitment. I love this. So we're really having this recommitment to the covenant that we have, this sacred covenant that we have with our higher selves. And as a result, the planet, each other, something that's more beautiful. And this tells us that no matter what's going on externally to us, like external circumstances are not the things leading us this week. What's leading us is the thinking. And maybe it is because we're coming to the end of 2020, and what an incredible year we've had. Like, there's a lot going on. And we are moving into a brand new cycle in 2021. So, I wonder how it is that we can find ourselves in a more, I would say, conscious partnership, not just with our higher power, but that's really important. We co-create reality in context with our higher power and each other, right? It's about all of us. We're moving out into a much more I think, egalitarian viewpoint of how we see the world and we care more about others. At least I'm hoping that that's what this energy is. Certainly it means that way for me. And I bet you that's what you've been thinking about too. What a great week we're about to have. I love this. And yeah, so I will see you next time. And if you like this video, don't forget to like my page, share this with your friends if you think your friends will like it, and leave me a comment. We love reading your comments here. Okay, take care.